Hi, buddy.
You've been hard at work.
AC
I'm coming, Mr. Ringer.
Anywhere.
and heat.
I had it on
Just both.
Yeah. So that's storage. That's refrigerator, bookshelf, microwave. All our pine. I'm really thinking we may leave it raw.
I really like it. Oh, I knew you were gonna say that as soon as I saw it.
Yep. Shower's in.
What? Oh, that's awesome. It feels big in here.
Yeah.
Wow. Wait.
This is my man Mike, better known as Mother by his colleagues. He is one of the single best finish carpenters I have ever had the pleasure of working with.
Now a brief intermission in which the Campbell kids discover that Mother knows best.
Well, that about sums it up. Mike earned this nickname for his painstaking attention to detail on every measurement, getting every angle right on every single cut. And believe me when I tell you, that is no small feat in a barn that is this out of whack. Now, I said I would explain the difference between nickel gap and shiplap. So here we go. So we're using a nickel gap pine here. And basically, what that means is that we've got tongue and groove on both sides of these boards instead of just a simple overlapping pattern. So there's a couple of benefits to this. One, the tongue and groove keep the boards much more rigid when they're put together, and you get much less warping. On top of that, you're also able to completely hide the nails, as Mike is doing here, nailing just inside that tongue section. And when the groove goes over the next board, you don't see anything. Not to mention, shiplap is seriously overdone, so I really wanted to make sure I was doing something a little different. You're also able to get the nickel gap pine in a higher selective lumber than you are with shiplap. So if your intention is to leave it raw, like it is mine, you can do this much easier with much less prep work to the wood.
That is a angle finder. So basically,
Go ahead. Oh, that's awesome.
so that tells me that this is a 17-degree angle, so I know I need the opposite of that on the top of my
Over
next
here, you
board.
probably got about 3/4.
Very
The whole
cool.
thing can move over.
Makes it pretty easy.
So you want to do a lift up or push shifts it over here?
I'm gonna go ahead and call that more than okay. All right.
That's our tolerance level.
That's more than okay.
You found it.
Good Friday morning. 6:10 in the morning. I am solo today. John is on another job. So I thought it was the perfect opportunity, take my time, have some quiet, get focused, get centered, and get started on some tile work. Nice thing about a second home, a vacation home, a country home, you have more time. You're not pressed to get from one location to another, move out of the old and into the new and minimize expenses. This place is here regardless, and you've got your main home that you're living in. So take your time, take a step back. This is not as an aggressive a schedule as we had on the firehouse. That said, it gives me the ability to get back to doing the things I love. I've absolutely had a blast having my tool belt on with John, framing this place up, framing the deck outside, helping the electricians, helping the plumbers, just working with my hands and getting back to this stuff. I haven't laid tile in ages, so I'm definitely going to be taking my time, making sure I get the layout right. The layout is everything with tile. The layout is everything no matter what you're doing in construction. If you start right, the chances of you finishing right are that much better. So take your time with the layout, get it right or as close to right as you possibly can, and then start laying tile. So we're going to take our time, make sure that we're not going to wind up with any small funky cuts in the corners, at the tops, or at the bottoms of these walls, and then we're going to start laying tile. And that's about it. Not much more to it. Oh, have a good playlist. Let's go. Okay, so here's what we're doing. I've got my glossy Maritime Subway from my buddies at Garden State Tile. 3-inch by 12-inch. Handmade tile. Gorgeous. Absolutely love it. Did these in the master bathroom in the firehouse. I had a bunch of leftover, and so I only needed to purchase a little bit more to round out the shower area. So for me, it was a very simple decision. This is a simple guest suite over the top of the barn. We're going to make new decisions in the house. This is a classic. It works beautifully in here. We've got natural pine walls everywhere, nickel gapped. So this is going to work really well with it. To add a little modern touch, we're going to be doing a vertical install and stacked. So at the firehouse, we did a modern stacked horizontal pattern. This time we're going stacked vertical all the way up, all the way around. So we're going to start with our layout now, and we're going to go from there. Done. Very, very pumped about the way the shower came out. You can't see it right there. So the pine is all done. Mike finished that. So the pine comes right up to the Schluter strip. Is our separation, and then we go right into the tile. Everything is dry for over 24 hours at this point. So I'm going to start grouting. One key thing, I'm using charcoal gray grout, so super dark. If any grout pigment gets on the pine, it's over, it's ruined. Tape the crap out of the pine if you have that kind of transition. You know, a lot of bathrooms are all tile, so you don't have that issue, but when you do have wood and tile together, you want to make sure you tape a good joint. So that's what we're going to go ahead and do as the grout is setting up, and then we'll start getting dirty. boys ate their Wheaties this weekend. They are flying. Full wall of pine done. Henry's cruising on the back wall over there. Henry, how's it going, buddy?
Good. Get her done.
Get her done, that's right.